Hi, I'm Desiree Williams, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of the nonprofit organization One Lady's Dream Incorporated. And I'm excited to share with you today on the topic of social enterprise. Just a little about me. I received a bachelor's degree from Wright State University and then furthered my education by earning a Master of Business Administration degree as well. I've been working in the social services industry with a combined years of social service and business of 19 years. But who knew after I received my bachelor's degree I would also love entrepreneurship, and I could see how much my clients appreciated my ability to motivate them. I put my thoughts and ideas together and used my education and experiences to create a social enterprise. Let me tell you more. Social entrepreneurs are those who work to tackle poverty-related issues with enthusiasm and the bravery to innovate traditional practices. Social enterprises apply business solutions to social problems. A social entrepreneur, parallel to a business entrepreneur, builds strong and sustainable organizations. These organizations can be set up as either a nonprofit or a for-profit company. In social enterprises, the profits from the business are invested right back into the work of the organization. I am confident that if I can affect the way people perceive their own situations and influence them to excel through social enterprise, then the impact will be monumental for individuals, families, organizations, and communities. I love that because with this style of business, everyone wins. As you think about going into business for yourself, you should first focus on your outcomes and what it is that you're wanting to achieve. Even if you have considered a nonprofit business, just know that contrary to popular belief, nonprofits can make a profit and really do need to have revenue that sustains the business. Many nonprofits actually charge for their services or goods. All businesses need to make money in order to sustain and grow. I began to ask myself, what would make me a successful entrepreneur? And these are just a few of the necessary traits. It was important for me to keep revisiting some of my earlier research and ideas regarding building my social enterprise. I wanted to make sure I had what it took to be a successful entrepreneur, which included not only conceiving and organizing ventures, but also taking those reasonable risks that are necessary to grow an enterprise. Once you feel comfortable about starting your business, you then decide what comes next. For myself, it was what I had to think about when I entered into my business. Giving special focus on starting with the end in mind, I determined what questions I needed to ask myself. Before defining anything else, you must define what it is that you want to accomplish and what outcomes you want to achieve. This is where you begin to narrow your ideas down to become more specific about the product or service that you will offer. What is a business model, and do you need one? After you determine what you want to accomplish, you can then determine what type of business model is needed. A business model is the plan executed by a company to create income and make a profit. The model needs an operating strategy that considers internal and external partnerships, and it needs a supply strategy that tells how your business will gain the people and the money needed to do the work. Keep in mind, you need to be flexible because things change, whether politically, environmentally, socially, or technologically, and these changes may impact how you do business. Therefore, your model may be broad at the beginning, and as you progress, you may begin to narrow down your product or service offering. There are several business models that have been associated with social enterprises. I initially started out with the nonprofit model for doing business where we rely only on charitable donations, but we are very interested in the hybrid nonprofit model. And let me tell you more. With this model, often the entrepreneur sets up several systems to properly receive charitable funds as well as earn money for the business at the same time. I believe to fully help address the issues of under-resourced individuals, The entrepreneur must be prepared to utilize a variety of sources of funding from the public, such as grants, donations, loans, and sales, just to name a few. I chose this model because I understand the social service industry, I have years of experience in it, and I am very knowledgeable about its strengths and weaknesses. I believe that if I can help people gain what they need to be able to work and take care of themselves, I can help address so many other issues. For example, if I can help a woman facing domestic violence to gain enough income to take care of herself and her family, then she could be financially positioned to leave the abusive situation. We developed One Lady's Dream Incorporated to help meet the concerns surrounding poverty. We aim to help create economic stability for under-resourced people. We want them to gain the necessary work experience and essential skills needed to maintain long-term employment. We want people to be able to support themselves and their families and contribute financially to society. Economic stability is critical. First, I did research to determine what the issues were in my area. And if you run into a situation where several other businesses or organizations are already doing what you want to do, but there are still some gaps, then you can determine if there is a unique opportunity for you to enter into the market another way. In other words, how would you differentiate your product or service from what others are doing? And that's important because you want to be able to make enough money to support you and your business. We also created our mission and vision statements. Determining the mission and the vision statement drives your organization and keeps everyone focused on the big picture. It is important to review your mission statement because your mission statement can change as your business grows and becomes more successful. Perhaps your organization will be expanding in some way, and your mission statement may need to be tweaked to address the bigger goals that your organization sets. We started out to help ladies, but have now diversified to include men as well. We also selected a board of directors that accepts responsibility for the nonprofit organization. We had to apply for nonprofit status and become incorporated through the Ohio Secretary of State. Part of incorporating required that we have governing documents that tell how the organization would be managed. These included our articles of incorporation and our bylaws, which we had reviewed by an attorney. After receiving recognition as an incorporated nonprofit charitable organization, we also applied for an EIN number, which was no cost. I then sought and received tax-exempt status from the IRS, which required completing Form 1023. There is a financial cost that is associated with this. The board of directors helped me and we had it reviewed by a certified public accountant to double check it. You don't need this tax-exempt status to operate as a nonprofit once you have already been incorporated through the state. I chose this route because I learned that it would create more opportunity to receive donations since the donors would be able to use the donation as a tax write-off. As with many charitable organizations, volunteers are crucial and can be a lifesaver. Our board of directors and advisory council are all actually a group of individuals who volunteer to help manage the business or assist in other ways. Friends and family have also served as volunteers for the organization, from making connections and doing research to moving furniture. As organizations grow and increase their funding, then there are opportunities to have paid staff as well. An organizational plan is necessary because it determines which direction your organization will move in and how it will get there. As if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Though it may not totally eliminate tough times, effective plans can decrease your risk for setbacks. While implementing the plan and after you've completed specific projects, remember to evaluate the effectiveness of the plan to see where you can improve to bring about maximum success. There are a variety of ways to raise funding for your nonprofit business venture. Grants and contributions from individuals and corporations are some of the traditional ways that nonprofits raise funding. As well, many nonprofits have special events and campaigns to help raise money. However, with consideration to the hybrid model, you may be able to provide additional goods or services to the public in order to create supplemental revenue streams. Don't worry about this though. Building a business takes time. And while it's hard work, you'd be surprised about the various opportunities and open doors that come your way, and how often people will step up to help you build your business. As with other parts of your organization, you also need to have a fundraising plan in place and people to help support the plan. This would be a great opportunity to elicit support from your volunteers as well. It is so important to market your business because you are competing for dollars. You have to let others know that you exist. I attend many events to meet people, learn about what they do, and share with them what it is that One Lady's Dream Incorporated does as well. I like making the connections that enhance the organization. It's also great when I can share my expertise with another organization that helps them further their mission. I know it takes more than just me and my organization to bring forth change. Technology is extremely powerful in getting the word out. Websites, email, and social networking helps cut costs and boost your presence to others. Your location matters too. In the beginning, we were working from our homes in order to save costs. With our own space, we are required to have insurance so that we are covered in case of a tough situation. You will also need insurance for various components of your organization as your venture grows as well. There is necessary financial reporting that has to take place in order to keep your nonprofit status, and each state has guidelines. In the beginning, developing our budget was very tough because we were new and didn't have anything to compare our projected budgeting against. We could only estimate what much of our cost would be based on research and statistics. These social enterprising ventures are still businesses and need to be run as such, and I am meticulously organized, so I like to keep good records. I see so many valuable reasons why this is a great approach for our nonprofit social enterprise. We've been able to reach so many people about the concerns regarding the public, and we have successfully partnered with various organizations to provide motivation, personal and professional development, and help inform others about the concerns regarding the issues of poverty and how those concerns really do affect our community and businesses as well. Before many can have true success, they must be conditioned for higher expectations. I know that when others reach higher levels of achievement, especially in the workplace, families and communities are stronger. Because of this business, my interactions with others have resulted in them implementing new ideas, creating goals, and achieving success. I believe business could be a great opportunity for you as well, because with social enterprise, everyone wins. I'm Desiree Williams, and thank you for listening.